Now, the last time we saw you, Miles Hunt, was, I think, towards the end of last summer.
Yeah.
Construction for the Modern Idiot had come out. You were headlining a beat gig at the Astoria. And now here we are at the Phoenix, and it's the Wonderstuff's last ever gig.
Yeah.
What's happened between then and now?
Well, we did a lot of touring. Straight after that, we carried on started in Europe, and went around America and did a few months in England. And I mean, I'd felt it for a while. I'm just sort of tired of it. I mean, I've never made it a great secret that I don't really enjoy the whole pop star bit, you know. And we just got to a point where we were just bitching at each other and being a pain in each other's arses. And we need to talk. And it just came out that nobody was really into it anymore. So, and now since that's been decided, which is about 3 months ago, we're all the best of friends now.
So what was the sort of general reaction from the band initially then? I mean, how did you break the news?
I said, I'm not going to Japan and Australia, I don't care what you lot are doing. And that was it, well, we don't want to go with you anyway. So that was it, really. And started off all quite heated, then settled down. And the deal was done in like half an hour, you know, 8 years out the window in a half-hour conversation. And it was like, well, should we get a pub then? And that was it. So, yeah, it was me shouting and being a pain, basically, as usual. I
mean, did it sort of take a while for it to sort of sink in? I mean, has it sort of sunk in? I mean, what frame of mind are you going to be in before you go on stage this evening, the last one?
I know it sounds an awful thing to admit, but I couldn't care less whether we play or not, you know.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've been like that for years, you know. And because we split up in the middle of a British tour and we did 20-odd gigs after we decided we split up, everyone's going, well, isn't it going to be a very emotional affair? And basically it's not, because we've gone through the gamut of emotions that you're likely to go through in that tour. So, I mean, I dare say we'll all be drunk and all that, but I mean, as I say, we've become more matey since the end of the band, so we probably see just as much of each other, you know. But it was weird rehearsing this week, because we haven't really seen that much of each other for about 3 months. And it was good fun, and I was just like going through a lot of the old songs. I mean, I think we all probably just thought, these are bloody good songs, these are, you know. But I think it's had its day, basically.
Does it make you sad to sort of like think, did you ever think that it would end like this?
I don't think I ever knew how it would end, you know. You didn't really think about it, I suppose. I mean, I'm really glad that it has ended like this. It's sort of dignified, and I think if we did carry on, it would definitely go downhill, which would be a shame, really, because it just dragged the old good stuff through the mud that it doesn't deserve to go through. The bits that I will always be reminded of is when I sit home writing songs, which I'll always do anyway for my own pleasure. I mean, I'm my own biggest fan, you know. So them were probably the best bits directly connected with the band. But other things, just like the people you end up meeting, my wife, I wouldn't have known my wife if I hadn't been in the group and stuff like that. So I'm not very romantic about it all, to be honest. I mean, the saddest thing is that if the group had never existed, I think Bob Jones would still be alive. You know, I mean, that's one thing that does stick in my mind, but whatever, you know. He wouldn't have ended up in America had it not been for the group taking us there. So, but I mean, it's been a good ride, you know. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I do get frustrated a lot of the time, but nothing. I mean, it's better than working for a living, for Christ's sake. So, I've always wanted the group to be thought of having their integrity intact, you know. And I think admitting that this is our last gig, and although it wasn't planned, you know, I mean, this gig was booked right at the beginning of the year before we'd even talked about splitting up. It's just circumstances. It's kind of it's nice to sort of be able to give fans a chance to say this is the last one, you know.
What can we expect from tonight's show then? Is it going to be all the hits galore?
Well, I think it's all the singles and just like the stuff that always went down well live off the albums, you know. And,
any one song that you're looking forward to in particular to performing?
Yeah, Dizzy, because I don't sing on it, Vic Reeves does. But well, he's not here yet, but he's meant to be coming down to sing on that, so...
All right, so what about the future? I hear you're stepping over onto the other side of the camera. So you didn't enjoy being a pop star, but you want to be a TV presenter. What gives?
Well, that's... I mean, I've done a lot of co-hosts and stuff on cable TV in America. Done stuff on the European MTV. And it is, I mean, I like just sitting, shooting my mouth off, you know. And the one, I've been offered a chance to go and work on 120 Minutes on MTV. It's not all dialed in yet, but it's basically looks like it's going to happen. And that, for me, when I got the offer, which was about 2 months after the British tour had finished and I knew the group was over, it just came at such a good time. It was because I don't really want to get back into making records and doing gigs. As I say, I don't enjoy it, you know. I like writing songs and they're mine. But I do like being in the arena of the music stuff. What a great tunes we playing in the background.
You doing this tonight?
No, we're not, no. Can't remember the words.
Save that for Paul Weller tomorrow.
Yeah, he can do that one. We'll let him have that one. But the thing of doing that is, you know, like the stuff you get to do, I mean, you're enthusiastic, same as me, about like new music, you know, and I mean, the way the group have always taken support bands that we wanted people to see this band because they're great. We've never taken buy-ons. We've always chosen who comes and tours with us because we think people will be into them. And I like, you know, giving people a hand, contrary to popular belief. But to be able to sit there and enthuse about stuff and slag a few things off, I'll find it highly amusing.
Thanks for doing this.
That's all right, thank you.
I can't believe we did that, and I didn't even mention the haircut as well. Now, like a lot of other people in showbiz, it takes me a bit of a while to get the excitement out of my system after a programme. In fact, I'm still coming down from an episode of Super Champs I did way back in 1984. Now, in the immortal words of Gregory Isaacs...